Kris Krohn, are you saying that my very first home shouldn't be a primary residence? It should be an investment property?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
If you really want to build a strong, stable financial future for yourself, stop worrying for the moment about your primary residence. Today, it's all about why focusing on investment properties is going to get you further faster than anything else. I mean, right, we've got conventional wisdom on our side that's saying, yo, right? I mean, go to college, get a good education, get a job, stabilize, and then what do? You go buy a home for you and your family. Here's a couple things I want you to think about. Your home as a primary residence will be more meaningful at the age of 65 than your retirement accounts. As in, the average retirement account balance at 65 is $254,000. But the average equity in a home is greater than that. On the balance sheet of your net worth, you have more for your financial future in equity in your home than you actually even do in your retirement account. And the reason why I'm making today's video is because so many people are on pause in the real estate game. What if the primary residence, the house where you lived, was the least important priority if you were actually trying to build wealth, get ahead, and have a really amazing retirement? And there's good reason for why you want to learn to think differently, because we have an increasing number of Americans that are tapping into their retirement accounts to bail out their living costs or pay their mortgage.
My money was in that mattress!
What? Haven't you ever heard of a bank?
No!
The system is not working anyway, so think different. Economic uncertainty is leading the majority of Americans, 60% of them, to postpone plans and purchases of one kind or another. More than a third, 36% of people say that they're postponing daily purchases like meals out, new clothes, event tickets. In other words, their lifestyle is being hampered because they're following the old model. Put money in a 401k, put money in an IRA, and buy a house. And here's what you gotta learn. It's never going to be easier to buy real estate than now. Like, I get it that there's these movements in real estate, but you realize that it really only just goes up over time. And because we have a glut of missing homes in the market, 6 million homes, and interest rates have already started coming down and they're gonna keep coming down, the prices are just gonna keep driving up. And it's weird, people are like waiting for the prices to come down. You're gonna be waiting for a very, very, very long time. You gotta have a strategy, you gotta have a bigger game plan. For example, on a multiplex, did you know that you can buy a fourplex, live in one unit, rent the other 3, and have that make you money? You could do that with a triplex and a duplex. You could also buy outside of your city limits, where real estate actually becomes cheaper and where you actually might swing a better deal or prices are lower. So it's like, oh, I can manage my cash flow easier. And really what I want to inspire in you is what happens with time. You got to focus on this one word: scalability. Scaling means to increase strategically with time. One of the most effective ways to scale is by leveraging the equity from your existing homes and then putting them into new homes. So instead of liquidating assets or using personal savings, it's much more effective to consider refinancing a property to release its equity, or you could even sell it if the strategy is to buy 2 or 3 more. Think of it a little bit this way. Every time I buy a house, and I do a lease option with it, or I rent it out and I get it to make me $300, $400, $500 a month, I think, man, when I work full time, I make more than $500 a month. But it's pretty cool that my property, which doesn't have a brain, is capable of producing $300, $400, $500 every single month. What happens? You have 10 of them, 500 left over every month on 10 properties is $5,000. My wife and our original goal was we want to own 20 investment properties. Why? Because 20 homes at 500 leftover money every month, that's 10 grand. 10 grand a month was enough for me to say I can quit my job and live life on my terms. That's what happened when I was 26 years old. I had 25 homes and collectively they were pulling in over $12,000 a month. So you gotta learn how to think differently if you wanna financially get ahead. And the best thing you can do is focus on an investment property instead of a primary residence. I would even go further and say that buying a primary residence right now might be a terrible mistake and something you should be terrified of. Homes are more expensive than ever as prices increase across the economy as a whole. Lacking assets that make you money is like sprinting into a burning building with no exit plan. According to the New York Times, as of 2023, nearly 1 in 3 people are house poor, and as of January a year ago, only 3% of Americans are generating income from rental properties at all. It's no mystery why we're poor, and yet 90% of all millionaires made their money in real estate. So yeah, it is different. I know that you're thinking, oh, Kris, I'd have to delay gratification. Like, I want this house for me and that special someone in my life. Like, shouldn't we prioritize that? And I would say, no, you should get a game plan and do it different. I did, and I've been blessed my entire life. I've been financially free now for like 15 years. It's crazy when I think about it. If you really want to be financially free, Real estate is one of the safest and most secure ways to cause that with time. And if you don't know how to do that, I can show you the ropes. Like if you're looking for a mentor and say, hey Kris, will you take me by the hand and show me how to do this? Or will you just do it for me? I make all of those options available. Like if you click the link below, you can fill out a form and just say, hey, can you have someone contact me and just tell me, what does it look like for me to just do this the way Kris Krohn did? I want to copy his system, or shoot, can I even just have Kris do it for me? What you need is a game plan. Because when I started, I didn't have money. I had a mentor. And now you have a mentor too. Literally, to connect with me, click that link below, fill out that information, and let me show you what's up, down, left, and right. Let me financially show you how to win by letting real estate go to work for you. Man, if I was getting started all over again in the game of real estate, but it's 2024, what would that look like? Simple. Watch this video and I'll break it down.